absolutely. I don't think you go into it with any. I think you set it up so you get touches across the board, and Jazz's opportunities they'll be there, and they'll keep coming his way. He's got to be a big part of what we do offensively, and it's always a big discussion in our room on how to do that, and then you got to play off of what the defense really works hard to take away from you. So, but absolutely, Jazz is someone who we count on and we're going to need in a big way, and that'll continue to be a focus of.
Joe, he was really positive earlier when he talked to us just about how he doesn't care about individual stats. As long as the team's winning, he's fine with that. And I'm sure that doesn't surprise you, but it's still good to hear that he's more focused on being a leader to the younger guys.
We got good kids, man. I mean, I truly believe that they want to do everything they can to contribute to the success of the team, but in no way does anyone want to get in the way of the success of the team. And Jazz would epitomize that. He's been a great leader all year, and like I said, things will go his way. You know what I mean? They have a way of circling back around, and he's working the right way, and you know, there's no feeling that he isn't a big part of this deal.
If you were game planning for a team that had Leon Jacobs and Garrett Dooley, how difficult do you think that'd be to handle, and how would you go about trying to stop them?
You know what? They do a great job, those two guys. You know, and they do a great job defensively of trying to create one-on-one matchups for them, and that's it. Those guys that get the one-on-ones, the ability to win them is a big deal. So whether you see backs trying to chip or trying to offer some type of help in the release to the routes, that would be it. Other than that, they still have to do a pretty good job of pulling those backs away in protection and getting guys freed up. So that's a problem. That's a bigger problem for anybody.
Joe, you get the impression Nebraska's defense is starting to settle in now and gaining some confidence with what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean they've done an outstanding job, you know, these last few weeks, and you look at some of the numbers that they've produced. I think they are getting a lot more comfortable. They've had a couple of things here where they were nicked up, but I expect some people to be back. I think it'll be a great challenge for them.
I hear a lot of people talk about number 5 a lot, Jones being somebody. I'm sure there are others, but that's a guy who kind of pops up.
Yeah, there's no question. I think they have a really good linebacking core. I like their front 7 a ton. They got a really good group personnel-wise, and then they got a good schematics behind it. Personnel-wise, just by itself, they're good players.
Joe, do you think you're better equipped right now to make big hits in the offense than you were a year ago at this time? In terms of personnel and experience.
Yeah, I think I'd say that would be a true statement. Yeah, I think that would be a true statement, and you still got to do it. You know what I mean? You still got to do it, but I think that's pretty fair.
What goes into it?
I think one, you got to be confident enough that when you're designing something up that everyone can handle their job. Okay. You know, and you know, if it's a pass play, can you handle the protection behind you? You know, can you handle this coverage even though you're hoping for that coverage and that type of thing? And I think the maturity of the group that you speak to, they have enough in that they can handle things like that. And I do think you have some guys that are emerging as playmakers in the group, and it's good. Like I think that's the reason I'd agree with your statement.
You mentioned maturity. Do Davis and Taylor fit into that category too as well, even though they're 4 games in?
Well, I tell you what, they play with a lot of maturity. You know, they play with a lot of confidence, and I think the confidence that they play with, they embrace the responsibility. You know what I mean? Which is good. Some guys don't. Like, some guys can make plays, but geez, I don't want to do all that.
Okay.
And they don't seem to mind that, and they seem to embrace it. And it's where you feel confidence from coaches to put them into those roles.
Are those two in Quintez ahead of perhaps where you thought they would be at this early stage of not only the season but their careers?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think, like I said before, Quintez and AJ playing last year really pushed them forward and helped them coming into this year. I love what Quintez has done to this point. I love that Danny's been able to do things. I love that AJ has taken big steps forward, and we're going to need all those guys. You know what I mean? And that's where, like, you ask about Jazz, like, he's a huge part of it. Like, you know, it swings back and forth, so we're going to need all of them.
When you've got a receiving core like this with different physical profiles as far as size, speed, short area quickness, long speed, does that open things up more for your playbook, or is that more of a media expectation that you want the different sizes?
No, I think when you're putting something together, you try to look to see what a player might be better at from a route tree, and say, okay, he's more straight line, or he can run the in breakers or whatever. But I think these guys, they're more complete than at any time. They can do a lot, and I think you feel confident with that, and you feel confident with the guy behind the first guy. You know what I mean? Like that's a good thing. Like you don't feel like you're worried about who's in the game at what time. Like those guys can go out and compete, and I think they like that as a group, and they feel that as a group.
Cole Van Lanen, what led to him coming into the game in that fourth quarter, and how do you assess his first Big Ten play?
Yeah, Cole has been progressing all week. Michael had an ankle that he was kind of nursing a little bit from the BYU game, and we didn't know if Cole was going to have to maybe go a big chunk of the game, and it got later in the game right there, and I'm just watching Michael, and we got Cole in, and he did a good job. He did a good job when he went in, as he has all this whole year. So I like how he's progressing. I think he's doing a really good job, and I think we got a lot of confidence in him to handle whatever role comes his way. He's fighting for playing time, and it's good. I think he's shown a lot of growth since the end of camp.
How many linemen have you coached that are capable of playing center guard and tackle like Michael?
Yeah, not many guys. He's smart, and he's athletic, and he's got great size. You know what I mean? I just think he embraces whatever he's asked to do, and he fights his tail off, and you love that about him. That's why he's a leader for us.
Was the Valley able to do anything for you today?
A little bit.
Just stuff.
How do you think Xander and Kyle played in his spot last night?
You know what? I think they did a really good job. That's what I was telling. I thought Kyle, I thought he stepped up. He embraced that. He kind of grew up a little bit. And when you're always that third guy, and I might be needed here, I might be needed there, or boy, this is my small package here, to have to step up and compete, I like how he progressed. I think because of that experience, he'll be much better going forward. And Z's been real steady for us all year. He's tough, and there's things that Z will work on, and there's things that he'll get better at, but I would take Xander any day of the week. He's a tough joker, and obviously we're always a lot better when we got Foom back, so hopefully that'll happen this week.
You guys limited at all in not having three tight ends? Were you able to use the fullbacks and
yeah,
fill
we
in
did.
that way?
We used Ram a little bit in that role, and Ram is athletic, and he handled that, and we're able to back that up with with Alec, and yeah, you do feel good about that group, knowing they know all those positions.
Do you foresee ensuring this is any more time? Do you think he might give someone like Luke Benshaw a go, or do you think he'll just stick with the guy like Ramish?
Yeah, it would depend on the role. You know what I mean? But the one thing that Ram does is he steps in as that complimentary second or third tight end. And I think that's a role he can handle. We'd probably use him in that role, and then probably have Luke right after that.